Today, we're going to take a really quick look review at the Chez Gagne line of papers. And it's very funny because it says, if you can't make it, if you can't make it nice, make it funny, which is really appropriate because this one on the top of this pad says, good things come to those who work their ass off. And I would agree to them. You get really a lot of bang for your buck when it comes to that. Look at how easy that page just tore off. Perforated, very nice. This is a bound pad. I found this looking through the papers over at Van Ness Pens, not a sponsor, just a place I like to be able to shop. Looking at the back of the page, we see that we get no bleeding and we get no ghosting. This is a great paper to use. Have this pad sitting on your desk for all of the important notes and that great daily reminder to work your ass off. So what about the paper itself? Well, if we look at the paper itself, we see that it is not the purest of white. It is a slightly grayish lean of the paper. Let me get this more centered for us. Slightly grayish lean. Now, in looking down at it, this is a dry fine pen. We do see that the dry fine comes out a little bit darker. It doesn't feather, doesn't spread. It shades still. It's looking fantastic. A wet fine certainly comes out quite a bit darker. It looks as if it was being a little bit more absorbent, but the thing is nothing came through to the other side, so I wouldn't make any kind of an issue out of it. When we look at the medium flow, medium nib, perfect. You know what? I'm going to say perfect. I'm going to say it's ever so slightly thicker lines. Ever so slightly. But that's just it. How about on the medium flow broad? Well, I'm again going to say there's the slightest bit of spread, but there's no feathering. So, okay, we get a tiny bit of spread, but just making a thicker line, not any kind of downgraded performance. Naturally, if we're going to see any kind of downgraded performance, we would get that from a wet broad nib, which is what we're seeing right here. Tiniest bit of spread. It's a tiny bit thicker lines. There's no change in the color at all. There's no feathering. It still shades, though I think it shades nicer on the Clairefontaine paper next to it. That being said, Clairefontaine does tend to be my gold standard of what's going to give some of the best performance purely for the ink. What a great paper, certainly worth having its place on your desk. And remember, good things come to those who work their ass off. Thanks for watching.